All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is our FGX Family Fast Start Saturday call. It is Saturday the 6th, and man, fired up. Love doing this call. Love hearing all of you. Announce yourselves as you come on the line. So many winners on this call, so many incredible leaders, and all of you inspire me. So I think that's maybe why I love this call so much. I get to hear each of you come on the line, and I think, man, there's just so many incredible – this team's amazing. There are just so many phenomenal people on this team. I got to still kind of pinch myself. We're part of something just absolutely – this is not normal, folks. It's just not. If you're brand new joining us into our FGX family, into the business, or perhaps you're just kind of checking us out, let me just tell you, been an entrepreneur for, 25 years, been around the network marketing industry for about 10 years, and I can genuinely tell you this is not a common thing to have the unification of this many incredible, high-caliber winners, people that are just so kind-hearted, dedicated to helping others, and just have an attitude of gratitude, a mindset of positivity. It's so contagious. I mean, it really is. It genuinely fires me up being around this group of people. And so this call is always a fun call to get to be a part of. And so I'm going to dive right in this morning. Got a lot of great content prepared for everybody. And I'll tell you, folks, this is it. This is we're stepping into the valley here. We're stepping into the promised land. It's been a long haul for many of us. If you're brand new joining the FGX family and this team, I've got to genuinely tell you, your timing couldn't be any better, because boy, have we weathered a storm, but a storm worth weathering, no doubt. And so now we've got it. We've got the goods, so to speak. We've got it all lined up. We've kind of made it to the Super Bowl, right? No pun intended, Super Bowl weekend. And so let's talk about how do we make the most of a game changer. That was really the theme for today's call. Such a cliche expression, I almost hate to use it, but this is legitimately a game changer. And I'm going to spell out for you guys precisely why this morning. I'm going to give you some very objective data so that you can be 1,000% confident when you get out there to share the love, share the hope, share the health, that you're legitimately offering a game changer when you go out to share this with the people in your world. And how do we make the most of a game changer? So first and foremost, let me talk to you about kind of what makes this industry go. How do the biggest builders in this industry build amazing businesses? I want you guys to have proper perspective on what the sharing mechanism is really all about. And this is kind of my best analogy that I can come up with anyway. Building a business in network markets, because again, that's what this call is, right? It's Fast Start Saturday. It's to help equip each of us to really get our businesses growing rapidly. So building a business in this industry, you want to be in a scenario where you have a sampling program. That's what we've got, right? We've got the ultimate sampling program now with packets of ketonics, and I'm praying that each of you are sort of following Rob's lead and leveraging that script that he put out there, because I can tell you Jolene and I are, and we're just knocking them up and setting them down. It is going to be an amazing February, just like it was in July of 2015, and it's going to be an amazing March, just like it was in August 2015. Why? Because we're simply following the formula, and the formula is even better now because we actually have something to sample with. And so let me just tell you the function of being able to sample and why it's so powerful. If you want to build a business in network marketing, what you're ultimately doing is growing an organization, attracting people, growing a team. You're putting yourself in position to replicate and duplicate yourself, to create leverage in your life, to get yourself in a position where your outcomes are no longer limited to only your own efforts, right? That's what this industry is all about. That's why it's such a revered business model, such a highly respected business model by billionaires, people like Donald Trump and Richard Branson and Robert Kiyosaki and even Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men on the planet, owns like a dozen network marketing companies. Why are these business tycoons such huge fans of our industry? It's because it's the most efficient, most effective way that they have ever seen where you can create leverage, where you can get yourself beyond the limitation that your outcomes are tied only to your own efforts. But in order to do that, you have to become an effective recruiter, okay? And so how do we do that with our process? Well, we leverage the product, and this is kind of like a fishing expedition, okay? So I want you guys to imagine going fishing. I know we got some of our friends from the South on the line who y'all love to fish, so I think you'll appreciate this. And even if you're not a fisherman or a fisherwoman, this analogy is going to help you. It's going to make sense to you. When people go fishing, before they even get to a body of water where they're going to fish, one of the things that they know they need to have is what? It's bait. You got to have bait to fish with, right? Now, here's what's really important for you guys to have the right mindset as you're sharing ketonics, following the formula that Rob has laid out there and really taking advantage of the sampling program. Your objective, if you're building a business, is still to catch fish, not feed fish, right? So follow me on this. Again, just specifically within the mindset of building a business. When you go fishing, your objective is not to feed fish, right? You don't go put bait on your hook with the idea that you hope you get to feed a fish. Now, if a fish gets the bait off the hook and you do not catch the fish, that's okay. That's still a blessing. That fish got blessed. It got fed. But your objective was to catch fish. When you share samples, you are fishing. And so merely placing your sample, getting your prospect to agree to receive a sample is only the first step. It's not the completion of the task. It's not the completion of the goal, right? This is why follow-up is so imperative. And that's really akin to having a fish on the line and not turning the reel, right? If you choose not to follow up, if you neglect the follow-up, that would be like having a fish on the line and not turning the reel. You know, just because you share your ketonics with people, and if you follow the formula, they use the product, they use, you know, a pea stick, they can prove to themselves that they're getting into ketosis within a few hours. Some people will possibly lose some measurable weight in a 1 or 2 package sample, right? You share 1 or 2 packets of ketonics with them, and some people will get measurable results. All that being said, here's what's not likely to happen. You know, just because you get a fish on the line, that fish doesn't necessarily swim towards your boat and dive in, right? You still have to turn the reel. And that's the same thing in our business, friends. We have to follow up. You can hook the most beautiful fish, your dream fish, and it's on the line. It took the bait. That would be like somebody who's fired up about ketonics. And let me just tell you, or Ketopia, right? If you don't make the ask, if you don't turn the reel, if you don't schedule your follow-up call, if you don't put them on a 3-way call with your upline, if you don't do these steps to turn the reel, you're not going to catch the fish. And so please don't mistake 2 things. Don't mistake the idea that as you're sharing samples, that's really what the goal is. No, you're trying to catch fish, not feed fish, right, in order to build a business. Again, I am not downplaying for 1 millisecond the incredible, phenomenal, wonderful impact of people who will get on the product, who will get on Ketopia, who never build a business with us. That's still amazing. That's still phenomenal. You still benefited your business, and more importantly, you changed someone's life. I'm not downplaying that. And I'm going to talk more about that in a second. But I want you to understand as a business builder what it really looks like to do the steps and do them correctly and do them in a way where they're going to benefit you to build your business. So we're catching fish, we're not feeding fish, and just because we get a fish on the line, meaning somebody is excited about their experience with Ketopia, if you don't turn the reel, if you don't make the ask, don't expect them to ask you, how do they get in your business, right? And so that's my fishing analogy. I want you guys to all remember when you get out there and you start sharing samples as aggressively as you can, and I hope you're all doing that. I think Jolene and I will have something around 12 envelopes going out today. That's just today's batch of people that want to try ketonics. And, you know, friends, there is a world of people out there, literally a world of people out there who are desperate for our product. And this is why I want you to all be absolutely bold and confident as you get out there. Watch this. There is a website that we were talking about pretty frequently back in July and August, right, before we started really running into the inventory challenges, which, praise the Lord, we're past those now. But watch this. There's a website out there called worldmeters.com. worldmeters.com. And if you just go do like a Google search and you type in world meters and then put a space and then put weight loss, it's going to take you right to the page, okay? So worldmeters.com is kind of just a website that aggregates statistics on different things, and you can go type in world meters and then space weight loss. And one of the things that you will find the fact that on a daily basis, friends, daily, I'm talking each and every day, on a daily basis, in just the United States alone, there are roughly $200 million per day spent in retail purchases of weight loss products. $200 million per day in the United States alone per day in the purchase of weight loss products. Now, why is this so powerful? A couple of reasons. Number one, we're in a phenomenal market segment, right? And again, this call is talking about building a business. And when we talk about our 5-star opportunity, we talk about some things that are relevant to this, right? We talk about your product has to be desired in the marketplace. Yep, we got that. We talk about timing as part of our 5-star opportunity. Well, watch this. Here's the point of reference that I want you to get excited about. I love asking people, and so I'm asking all of you right now, do you think you know some people who have tried dieting and did not get the results they were hoping for? That's true of everybody, right? That's true of every single one of us. We've all got literally probably dozens of people in our cell phones who have tried dieting at some point in their life and did not get the results they were hoping for, praying for, really praying that this would be it. Now, think about this for a minute. Wouldn't it also be fair to say that of the people that you do know who have tried dieting before, that pretty much none of them got the results they were looking for, right? Like, it's the rare exception. It's not the norm. It's not normal for someone to go, man, I did such and such diet or such and such game plan, and it got me to exactly to where I wanted to be. No, we all know that that's true. Most of the people that we do know who have tried dieting before or losing weight came up short. They couldn't get the results they wanted because most of the stuff out there just doesn't work. So think about this for a minute. If there are $200 million a day in the United States alone, each and every day, being spent on weight loss products, here's what you can deduce. You can confidently and accurately and very reasonably deduce this fact. Most of that money is still desperately in search of something that will actually deliver results. Friends, that is a whole lot of people that are begging for us to come into their life and deliver the goods for once in their life, and we've got it. We've got the weight loss miracle breakthrough. We've got the scientifically backed, all natural. You guys don't need to hear it from me. You already know. We've got the goods with Ketopia. But I want you to understand is that there is literally a world of people that are desperate for this. That's a lot of money every day, hunting, looking, searching for the product that will actually work for them. $200 million a day. I haven't done the math to try to divide what the average weight loss product is and figure out how many people that is, but here's what I can tell you. It's enough to know that each and every one of us on this call can build an amazing, amazing business, can build literally a legacy-driven business that will allow us to leave something for our children's children's children. We are so in the right place at the right time with Ketopia in a market segment where people desperately need and already want what we've got. And that's what I want you to understand. They say the most powerful vote in marketing is when people are willing to vote with their wallet, right? Lip service is one thing, talk is cheap, but when people are willing to vote with their wallet, that's how you know if what you got has value. Friends, everyone's already voting with their wallet, right? So I'm sorry. I get beyond fired up when I think about how we're really positioned and how big this opportunity really is, and more importantly, how we can be the knights in shining armor to actually come through for people for once in their life. I mean, that's a lot of money being spent where it just keeps coming up short. That's a lot of money out there every day chasing after something that will actually work, and we get to be those folks that actually step into that gap and deliver the real deal, deliver the goods, bring the solution to the table that will get them what they've been hoping for, praying for, and searching for. And so I want you to be so confident based on this data, based on these facts, that you can go out there and you can know that you know that you know that you know that you got the answer. Now, let's think back to, again, July and August of 2015. For those of you that are brand new, you're going to love this. For those of you that were kind of in the hunt and on the train with us back in July and August, here's one of the things that we were all so excited about that I want to make sure that we're not losing sight of now that we're really where we thought we were going to be back in July of 2015. And this is, again, a game changer as it relates to our industry. It's called the walking billboard effect. The walking billboard effect. Let me tell you how powerful this is. You know, it's not a unique story for any of us to encounter people, friends, family members, coworkers, the folks on our candidate list. It's not uncommon at all for us to encounter feedback that says, I tried that once, or I'm not a salesperson, or I know somebody who tried one of those home-based businesses and they didn't make any money. Or no one wanted to hear what I had to share, or people just weren't interested, or let me tell you the inherent challenge that typically creates a barrier to success with this industry that we now have. Again, this is still all about hard work, dedication, perseverance. So don't mistake what I'm saying to you. You still got to hustle. But I want you to understand that if there was ever such a thing as a silver bullet, this is as close as it's ever going to get. There is no silver bullet. This is not a done for you. Sit back because you signed up and just watch the results happen. But this is as close as the industry ever has and ever will see to a silver bullet, the walking billboard effect. Usually that barrier that keeps people from success is the idea of mass duplication that is predicated on you building a business with your mouth, meaning you being forced to sort of start conversations, defend your product or service, really be in a position where you can articulate verbally that what you have is valuable for people. You know why this is so different? Because we're giving someone a sample, right, with the commitment that they'll take certain action with the sample. But friends, as people use our Keytopia product, as people complete their 10-day recess, as you're starting to see from the before and after section of the corporate website, people get results. People get noticeable results. And here's what that creates. It creates this walking billboard effect where even if there are lots of people that are kind of in your organization that don't necessarily want to do the business, your business is going to grow anyway. Because when someone shows up to life in the same places, in the same circles that they always have, whether it's work or hanging out with friends or their softball team or whatever they do, but now they're 10 pounds of fat lighter in 10 days, the people in their sphere of influence have no choice but to take notice. And so now you're going to see your business perpetuate by virtue of nothing more than product results. Friends, that's a game changer. That is a game changer. If we will get after it right now and really get after it and get Keytopia into the hands of as many people as possible, what you're going to start to find and what you're going to start to see is that the prospects are the ones asking, how do I get it? The prospects are the ones going, you look amazing. What are you doing? The prospects are the ones doing the hard part, starting the conversation. And this industry's never seen that. This industry still creates more millionaires than all the athletes, all the actors and actresses, and all of the musicians in the world combined. Network marketing creates more wealth than all of the professional athletes combined with all of the professional actors and actresses combined with all of the professional musicians in the world. And yet this network marketing industry has never had a product like what we've got. Game changer. Friends, this is monumental if we will just go walk it out. We were so fired up back in July and August, and the business went nuts. We had momentum on sheer excitement. We had momentum because a lot of us were having conversations with people about the idea of what if a business did come your way, that for a change, the product was so good that the business could actually grow on the merits of product users. And friends, the business went ballistic back in July and August without product. We didn't even have product. What we had was sheer excitement. That's all we had in July and August. We had excitement. Nothing more, nothing less, just excitement. And look what excitement is capable of producing. The business was growing like a rocket ship in July and August of 2015 without product. What about now? Are you willing to flip that switch? Are you willing to simply get excited about what we actually have now instead of what we hoped was coming? We've actually got the goods now. And so if we'll just each flip that switch, get out there, be bold, be excited, I'm telling you, this is going to be more amazing than any of us have ever imagined. Because for as phenomenal as the hope of a new, scientifically backed, all-natural weight loss solution was in July and August, people were jumping on sheer hope and excitement. Hope and excitement. Well, guess what? Now we get to add social proof. So we still have hope. We still have excitement. We have everything we did back in July and August. But guess what? Now we have a before and after section of the FG Express corporate website with I don't even know how many, 150, 200 before and after pictures, real life testimonials. They call that social proof. Social proof is one of the very most powerful triggers to get people to take action. If you're not posting on your social media accounts literally daily, someone's story, sharing the testimonials, sharing the stories, you're missing out. If you're not texting your friends that link daily to the FGX corporate before and after page where they can just scroll through those pictures, you're missing out. Friends, we've got this billboard effect now. We've got hundreds of walking billboards. We've got documentation. We've got before and after pictures. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and that's the truth. And we've got it now. So I'm just telling you, this is the time to go nuts, to be excited and just go all out, because we've got the goods. We have everything we did back in July and August. And like I said, I think if you were to talk to, some of the folks like Roy and Rob and Ann and, we've got so many leaders with really sizable businesses on this team, and I think they would all agree that in July and August, man, we saw something that you rarely see in this industry. We saw momentum. We saw the business growing at an amazing rate, and that was without product. And I just can't emphasize enough, now that we actually have product, it is time to get back to that. And I know so many of you are. The business is absolutely starting to completely rock and roll again. That momentum is on its way back, and it's on its way back very, very quickly. And so, man, oh man, but just don't sell short. Don't miss the incredible value of this walking billboard effect from a business building standpoint. If you've got people that don't necessarily want to commit to the business at this stage, that is totally okay. You get product into the hands of as many people as you possibly can, and don't neglect your follow-up, and amazing things are going to happen. People are already spending money, as we talked about, $200 million a day, and then our product being the 10-day reset being a meal replacement approach. I'll tell you something else that worked really, really well for Jolene and I, because inevitably, what do people always ask? They want to know, how much does it cost? Well, a couple of things to that, right? First thing in my heart, and something that I would implore each of you to have on your heart, so that when the time's right, you can get to this conversation, right? As your boldness grows, you'll be more willing to do this. But, the response I really love to give with people when they want to, the first question is, how much does it cost? Is, if I'm talking to my buddy Roger, and that's the first thing he says, I'm going to say, Roger, let me ask you a question for a minute. Do you recognize, I'm guessing, because if you weren't interested, you wouldn't even ask me how much it costs. And so I'm guessing that you recognize the value in this product. Am I accurate, Roger? Because you're asking how much it costs. So you see something. You see value. You see that this could be a product that, depending on the cost, is something you might like to utilize. And, of course, they're going to say yes. And I'm going to go, bro, you know I love you. Can we talk about getting you to a place in life where when you see something that's in the best interest of you and your loved ones, because we're talking about your health, that $100 or $200 or whatever we're really talking about here doesn't have to be the barrier that holds you back. So that's a different conversation, right? And that's a conversation that you will grow into. And if any of you ever want to role play that, call me, because I would love to help each of you get to that point where we can start to level with people and speak from the heart to the reality of where their mindset is. I mean, my goodness, we're going to compromise our health over $100? Are you kidding me? We've got to change that. But a softer answer and just as powerful is simply this. When you do the math on the Ketopia 10-day reset, we're replacing 20 meals and 10 snacks. We're replacing 20 meals and 10 snacks. So what that tells us is, for most people, that's money they were already going to spend anyway eating something that wasn't going to help them get healthy, eating something that wasn't going to let them lose pounds and inches. And so it's really important that you connect the dots with people, that this is not necessarily going to represent an additional expense in their budget. It breaks down to roughly, depending on the cost of shipping, now that we've got the $109, I mean, are you kidding me? The $109 enrollment on the 10-day Ketopia, that's like less than $6 a meal, friends. That's less than $6 a meal. Most people are spending more than that already anyway. So now we're not having to compete for new dollars, added expense for people. So that's going to really, really help you when they want to talk about how much does it cost. Do yourself a favor. Don't just go right to the end price. I'm not saying don't tell them the end price. Of course, you tell them it's $109, but don't leave out the fact that the Ketopia 10-day reset is replacing 20 meals and 10 snacks for that $109 plus tax and shipping. And so when you do that math, you're somewhere in the vicinity of, I think, just under $6 per meal. And so this is money people are already spending anyway. So with that said, last but not least, my kind of final analogy, and we're going to cut all of you loose and let you get out there and have an amazing, amazing day. Friends, it's Super Bowl weekend. It is Super Bowl weekend. It's a big deal. It's a weekend where a lot of people go out of their way to kind of watch a couple of dozen people living out their dreams. And here's what I'll tell you. We are in the midst of walking out of that tunnel right now onto the Super Bowl field, each and every one of you on this call. You are emerging from the tunnel to take the field of the Super Bowl. This is our time. This is it. If you've got a dream, if you've had a dream for any portion of your life, this is it. The dream, these kids, right? The people we're about to watch play tomorrow, as kids started dreaming about this day, and they never took their eyes off the prize. Not for a minute. And they've continued the pursuit with improvement and excellence and passion and dedication and perseverance to get to be able to take the field. Friends, we've got the opportunity to take the field. Now, with that said, let me just help you connect one last dot here. We are looking for people who have a dream, right? I guarantee you that the two coaches of the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos are not in the locker room at all this past season trying to convince somebody to have a dream. You following me? They're not spending time on that coaching staff trying to tell one of these players on these two teams that are about to go play in the Super Bowl that they should have a dream. That don't you have a dream? Friends, they're people who are already crystal clear on their dream, and that's what you're looking for if you want to build an amazing business. They may not be winning right now, the people on your candidate list, but just so you're clear who to really pour your all into. You're looking for people that are already hitting that tackling dummy with everything they got. You're looking for people that are already pushing that sled with everything they got. You're looking for people that are already throwing that football with everything they got. They might not have the best equipment, We're going to upgrade them by bringing them into this family, put them on the best team with the best coaches and the best system, the best plan, the best equipment. But what you're looking for is people that are already trying their guts out to win, who have a dream, who are trying to make the most of it, doing the best they can with what they got. And then you're simply going to bring them into this FTX family, and the game is going to change for them. But that's who you're looking for. You're not looking for people that you're going to have to try to convince them to have a dream. You're going to use those Ketonics packets. You're going to go fishing with love in your heart. You're going to help everybody who receives your Ketonics and your chance to try Ketopia. You're going to help them better their life physically, for sure, hands down, no matter what. From there, that's going to create a wonderful pool of candidates for you. And from there, you're going to simply sift and sort. You're going to find the people who are already lockjaw on their dream, people who are, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, people who really want more out of life. But what you're not going to do, you're not going to take the people who are getting great physical results on Ketopia, and you're not going to kill yourself trying to get them to buy into a dream. You're looking for the ones that already have a dream. And so, you know what? That's it. That's the end of our call this morning. I love each and every one of you for getting on this call. I hope the time was valuable and impactful for you. I want you to enjoy this weekend. If you're going to Super Bowl parties, don't miss the opportunity to have that Super Bowl of life conversation with your friends. Let them know what you've got. Be excited, and we're going to continue to lead people to our Super Bowl of life on this FTX family team. And so I'm going to open up the lines, and you guys can all wish each other a wonderful weekend. Go out and make it count.
Woohoo, Ryan, Dr. Check.
All right.
Awesome
call. Talking call.
Awesome call, Ryan.
Thank you.
Super Bowl team.